Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for the abnormal barders. And considering it's a complete the sets rush store, yeah, we're going to be here for quite a while. But it actually might be fairly quick, right? So normally I'd sit here and say, look in the description, look at the top 2 videos to understand what abnormal skins are, what regular skins are. But I haven't got that much time. I'm going to jump straight in. So let me just be a bit truthful with you, based on experience in the past. I have seen previous complete the sets rush stores all end up in the red. All right? Because in many instances, whilst these continue sets, and of course it's a big surprise, people buy out the previous skins and whatnot. We saw that with Legacy Kevlar. We did, of course, see that with Space Raiders, Opulent. We saw that happen. Very nice. But will we actually see it continue? And this is where the issues happen in regards to complete sets rush stores. If we do not see these collections continue, all of these might be in trouble. However, I can confirm, considering it's such a huge rush store, my expectation was I wouldn't be surprised if the sales are fairly tame, if it's a bit low. Can confirm that's happened. It has happened. But of course, we still have another night tomorrow, of course. But based on my 48-hour analysis, when I make expectations, when I make estimates and expectations for what I think the final sales are going to be, I think I've got pretty much everything correct. So we have to go through all of the abnormals now, consider what prices we want to offer, and of course the regular skins as well. Could anything here turn out to be a pretty interesting thing to consider buying tonight? Legacy Kevlar Jacket. That has currently just reached over 20,000 subscribers, or rather the bare minimum sales. And I'm very happy to tell you, right? This right here is the lowest selling skin out of the whole Legacy Kevlar set. Tier 3 came out, that did around 60,000 subscribers if I can recall. Kilt, that did about almost 30,000 subscribers. Hoodie and Pants, 50,000 subscribers. The other tier 2 pieces, about 26,000 subscribers. Boots and gloves, similar to that. Backpack came out, sold about just over a fair bit more than 20,000 subscribers. But this right here, just over 20,000 subscribers. So that right there, top selling skin of the week, but still looks to be a pretty interesting investment. But now I also have to bring up all the previous jackets. Last year we saw a lot of we saw a lot of black jackets. Also tire jacket just earlier this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Twitch drop as well. 7. You could probably go back, like you could say tempered jacket. Of course, you can also say blackout jacket. And we also have standard like hunting jacket. There's a lot of black jackets out there. But of course, a lot of people are going to care about it more specifically because it's part of a collection. Could we see more of the Legacy Kevlar set? Did anybody ask that on the comments? Let's go find out. Hello, Mr. Kosa, Mr. Slenoster. Are you considering making more? Hope no one asked. Oh no. I don't know what to expect. I should probably go ask the skin creators myself. But long term, I think this actually might work out quite nicely. Legacy Kevlar collection, as you'd know, is a blackout alternative. Quite a fair bit cheaper. Although some of the prices here, they've been rising quite nicely. Fair enough. Cool. Do you remember when these were down really bad? Well, they've actually recovered quite nicely. They sold far too much. But as time went on, the whole set remained fairly in demand. It's all in the green mostly. I honestly think that jacket will have a nice eventual future. But what about the next 2 months? September and October. The autumn-fall seasonal dip. Now again, in some parts of the world it might not be autumn yet. I'm sorry, but that's just what I refer to it as. I wouldn't be surprised if it does slip. But it might only go down by about negative 10%. Oh no, woe is me. It's only down by 10%. That's fine. Like, all of the skins here, they might all end up in the red at some point, but chances are they only might be down by like negative 5 or 10. Maybe some of them go down to about half their price. Sorry to say, but inevitably sometimes that just happens. But that jacket, honestly, it looks like it's going to be pretty alright. So for $2.49, what am I going to consider? I don't know how low it could go. You haven't sold a ridiculous amount, that's fine. But we do have other black jackets. But we don't have any more Legacy Kevlar jackets. So, I think I'm probably going to do maybe $1.20 to $1.80. I'm tempted to go up to $2. But if that goes down like negative 20%, then it's at $2. So $1.80 might be a perfectly fine play. If you want to offer a little bit more, you're more than welcome to, chat. But honestly, it is looking pretty good. You know what? I'm going to cave into temptation. $1.50 to $2. Yeah, it might slip a bit, but I'll probably be happy to pick them up for $2. And as time goes on, I can't help but assume it's just going to rise up in price quite nicely, like the rest of the Legacy Kevlar set. That very likely might be a long-term prospect then. You've got to be careful with your funds. I had someone come up to me recently saying, Hedge, I bought 50 of the Island Assault kilts. When do they become profitable? If you don't have that much funds, play it safer, please. Oh dear. That very likely might not properly become super profitable until maybe January time. Legacy Kevlar, the whole set here, it took a good year or so to finally be nice and comfortable and settled like it is now. But even as we go through October now, that might go back down again. Don't be surprised. So, okay. Legacy Kevlar jacket. I'm interested. I'm going to do $1.50 to $2. Cool. Now we have Camouflage Jacket. Camouflage, well, it's got quite a lot of skins. I did make a point that one way of looking at it is that you could consider it to be some fairly okay white camouflage. It's not perfect, but from long distances it does work out quite nicely. Another thing to consider, do you remember when we had the preview, the preview of the naval update? At the very end, for 2 seconds, you see a visual of a cow in a farm, and it goes moo. I'm very, very, very much expecting that we're going to see cows introduced with the naval update. Somehow, some way, cows are going to be relevant with boats. I don't know how, but something's happening there. But yeah, Camouflage collection, very, very comfortably in the green. Now, the amount of sales the jacket did, as of now, just under 18,000 subscribers. Let's look at the rest of this stuff. 9,000 subscribers for the hoodie and pants. The leather gloves have 9,000 subscribers. Boots have 11,000. Tier 3, 18,000. And the Tier 2, 17 to 19,000 subscribers. As of now, this looks like it perfectly lines up with Tier 2 and Tier 3. That's okay. That's totally fine with me. We should also consider, how many white jackets do we have? Yes, I know it's white and black, but it's not fully black. From a distance, you already kind of see the white. We only have that Twitch drop, which I'm pretty sure not everybody has. We also have the No Mercy jacket. That's now listed at $55. Ow. Well then. And of course, we have the standard snow camo jacket. Now, this keeps getting bought out. Then we have very, very smart people like this individual here who listed 120. Other people, they think in different ways. But a good week ago, this was pushing up to $3. Yeah, it's a bit odd. But then again, with skins like that, that is a random drop skin. You know how like every couple months you get a random skin just being gifted to you? That's one of them. So, as time goes on, will it still slowly climb up? Oh, no, one of them's just sold. Chances are it very likely will. In fact, what's the past 24 hours of sales? 239. Wow. But also look at this. Look at that. It's slowly been trending upwards because people just can't afford that No Mercy jacket. They don't have the other Twitch drop skin. People have been looking at that and saying, you know what? I'm totally fine to just go use that. It has been climbing and climbing and climbing every single year. Chances are it will be very comfortably above the price of the Camouflage jacket. And I think Camouflage jacket will be picking up quite a few more sales here and there, because that would be a little bit too, bit too pricey. So it comfortably slots in with the rest of its collection. I am still anticipating more of the set. I have pointed out to Mr. Milho, where's the Roadsign gloves? It's got a collection link now as well. That's good. Very nice to see. So, yeah. Could we see even more skins? A sheep in the door? A rocket launcher? It should have just made the whole thing an udder. Oh, rocket launcher udder. Oh, anyway. For that, that's $2, not $2.49. I think for that we could probably do $1 to $1.50. Both the jackets are looking appealing. Both of them have a nice, lovely collection all behind it to support it. Both of them have slotted in very nicely, so both of them looking pretty good. Good barters of both. Let's now talk about the bloody pants. Again, made by Milho. A very nice surprise. 10 years it waited to finally be accepted. Have you noticed that he's got like a lot more bloody skins over here? Wow. Yes, he does. Anyway, these bloody pants, they waited a very long time. The 3rd of September 2015, It needed to be updated, though. That's why we had to wait a little bit last week to finally see the restore rotate. It was a bit late, wasn't it? I have asked the skin creator, Mr. Mohofrito, do you plan to make tier 2 and tier 3? I straight up asked him. He's not that convinced. So please, you the viewer, can you stand up right now? Comment below. You chat as well, chat. Tell me, do you want to see bloody tier 3 and bloody tier 2? Maybe a jacket as well. Some Roadsign gloves. You got to tell me. You got to tell the skin creator. So I can show him. And, well, yeah, he gets the idea. He's not convinced Face Punch would like to see it. And I'm like, well, they picked that out for 10 years. Surely they'd want to see it. But anyway, that's up to you. In comparison to the rest of the set, we have to point out that bloody pants, they have sold quite a bit more compared to these. Now, the hoodie, the boots, I don't know how many of them actually exist. We don't even have subscriber counts. They came out so long ago, they don't even have subscriber counts. But I can confirm to you, when we saw those pants last week, we knew that they were going to be accepted like an hour before it happened. Everybody bought these out. And the boots as well, can't forget about those. So they are very comfortably in the positive at the moment. I don't think that's going to last forever. But if we do see tier 2, tier 3, oh my, oh my. And even for the pants, oh my. The pants have sold a reasonable 13,000 plus subscribers, getting close to 14,000 now. It's not a ridiculous amount, but it is still quite a lot in comparison with the rest of the set. If we do not see any more bloody stuff, I do worry for this. I'm a fair bit worried right now. Skin creator isn't convinced, so I'm sorry to say, but I might have to do like 70 cents to $1. Now we also question, do you look at the bloody collection and consider it, you know, to be green camouflage? In the jungle, I think it does perfectly fine. But the bits of yellow here and the knee and all that, sorry to say, it does kind of stick out. But it does do a perfectly reasonably fine job. But we do have other cheap greenish, like we do have like flashbacks, for example. The pants are still like $6 though. Will that be bought simply due to the fact that it's cheaper? Will we actually see more of the bloody collection? Covered in blood, that's great for green camouflage, right? So the sales, a bit high. Not sure if we're going to see a collection continuation. There's definitely some worries there, so I think I might just play it safer. Sorry to say, I'm not so confident due to all those circumstances. Sorry about my eyeball as well. Something's stinging. Ew. I'm not crying. Anyway, moving on. Greening area locker. The collection's doing quite nice. Fair play. Nice to see it's all in the green. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, locker though. How many lockers have we seen so far this year? Quite a lot. A record-breaking amount. 9 so far. We still have Halloween and Christmas. And potentially more Twitch drops. Will we see more locker skins this year? If we do, I worry for it. But also, could it just work out quite nicely, much like these? Well, that's a good thing to consider. We actually have a sheepman door and a garage door in the positive. Although before this appeared, they were kind of down a bit. That was still in the green though. Haha. Anyway, this is a fairly recent collection. I didn't see a collection continuation recently from the skin creator, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be a fair bit motivated now to return to it and do more. So for that locker, I'm questioning it quite a lot. Like you might sit there and say, Hedge, it only did about 12,000 subscribers. Fair enough, I think this is about to break. So let's just quickly refresh here and go over to Skinlytics. I'm under the impression, looking at it, making considerations, looking at the previous lockers, these didn't sell that much either. Deep Sea Locker, 13,000 subscribers. Bone Locker, just under 11,000 subscribers. Bamboo Cage, 17,500. Jungle Locker, 19,400. Ultramarine, 10,400. Like, it's basically sold just as much compared to the rest. Around an average amount. But all the recent lockers, they're all down in price, except Ultramarine and Beauty Industry. They have collections behind them. Well, actually, no. Beauty Industry is actually like free skins. Ultramarine, I know for sure, that's definitely been boosted by the rest of its set. Loads of skins in that one. People really do like it. I know not everybody. I know you're going to sit and say, I don't like it. I know. Loads of people are telling me. I hear it all the time. But greening, it's interesting. I'm still a bit conflicted. I still think I might play it a bit safer. So we could just go back over to here. I'm making considerations. It's a $2.49 skin. I might just stick with probably like $1 to $1.50. I know, but some of those other lockers haven't really performed very nicely this year, and we are getting closer to October. So $1 to $1.50. And let's keep an eye out and see the skin creator make some more. That's not... Okay, yeah. Volcanic Stone Pickaxe. If you weren't fully well aware, this actually does have like a previous skin. If we can just go over to here, I'm sure you've seen it yourself. Volcanic Stone Hatchet. Where are you? I need to take a look at you now. Come on. This was accepted years ago, like 7, 8 years ago. This only has 800 subscribers, okay? I'm not sure if you can still get that like weapon barrels, but that did come out a long time ago with significantly less sales. And with the arrival of the stone pickaxe, clearly it went up in price very nicely. A very nice spike in price. However, what happens to the stone pickaxe now? Stone pickaxe, if I go back over to here, this has reached 12,000 subscribers. It's basically done about 12, 13 times more sales, or rather subscribers, compared to the stone hatchet. Oh dear. However, stone pickaxes in recent past. Stone pickaxe from hell, up 49%. That also glows. Inflatable stone hatchet, up 50%. Easter stone hatchet, Easter themed, holiday themed, down 9%. Treats, Christmas, up 10%. These aren't looking too bad. However, how many subscribers did they each have? 12,000, 4,000, 8,000, 8,000, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. I'm still skeptical. For a $1.49 skin, though, I think what I'll do is I'll probably do like a... Well, I might just do 70 cents to... No, I think I'll do 80 cents to $1.10, and I'll keep an eye on it. It has sold quite a fair bit more compared, but could it still have some interest? Considering the hatchet is now pretty pricey, people probably just buy it because it's expensive. And then they'll realise, oh, look, it also has a volcanic stone pickaxe. Chances are it might not be that expensive, so people just pick up as well, and there you go. Yeah, I think 80 cents to $1.10 will be alright. Monitor your buy orders. Please keep an eye on your buy orders, okay? So, okay, fair enough. We said our words. Let's move on. Oasis Sheet Metal Double Door. $2. Now, if I could compare very nicely to the previous year's skins, let me remind you, in 2024, we saw an absolutely ridiculous amount of sheet metal double doors being accepted and Twitch drops, and they all did about 15 to 20,000 subscribers. It looked like we're going to have some problems last year. I was worried about October. But let me remind you, the worst performing sheet metal double door last year, as we went through October, it was the tempered sheet metal double door, and it only went by negative 20%. That was it. It was only down by 20%. And then guess what happened? They all rebounded and they all went up in price as we went through this past summer. So looking at all the skins now, all the recent ones that came out in 2025, Sunken's doing all right. Holiday theme skin right here. That price isn't up to date, by the way. If I go look this up on the Steam marketplace, I can confirm to you it's only down by a little bit. So we look at this in terms of dollars, that's actually at $3. Still lost about like 15-20% of its price, but not the end of the world. No Mercy Sheet Metal Double Door has also gone down. Unfortunately, we did get quite a lot of Twitch drops recently, didn't we? Yeah. But if that's it for this year, I'm still going to anticipate like a Sheet Metal Double Door for Halloween or Christmas. But if that's it, next summer, I wouldn't be surprised if all of these go up in price again, much like the ones from last year. They do get appreciated. If this is if this is them at their worst, I'm not too worried. So focusing the Oasis Sheet Metal Double Door. Clearly the collection isn't very in demand, but a sheet metal double door is. It glows. The design is pretty wacky. I know people happen to like that. I do believe I'll probably approach this with a $1 to $1.50 buy order. I don't anticipate it seeing going down that much. Didn't sell too ridiculously either. What, 11,000 subscribers? That's fine. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a situation though where you have to hold on to it for a fair bit, and then you'll be able to sell it for a nice bit of profit. That's definitely going to be the situation. Post-Christmas, though, January 2026, we'll see. But, yeah, please be aware. Not instant profits, but eventual profits. Okay. So that's my expectation there. Cool. Oh, I've gone somewhere else. Where have I? Oh, whoa. Sorry about that. Let's hop back onto Rust Help. Let's go take a look on Rust Help now for the rest of the skins. So, now we move on to Playmaker SAR. Perfectly fine looking skin. I've got no issue with it. My only problem is that I don't think it stands out that much. I don't think the Playmaker set's that in demand either. I've looked at it. I've questioned it a lot. Thought about it. It does come across as vaguely white, but not white enough. I don't know how... I know the AK went up in price very nicely. This has a lot more, like, details in it and whatnot. Also, real quickly, refresh that again. Are we back to normal? There we go. In regards to this, I don't know. I want to play it safe because I don't feel super confident in it. Sorry to say. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up behaving like a typical SAR skin. Oh, what does that mean? Down 50, down 36, down 50, down 50, down 50, down 50, down 61, down 61. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do 60 cents to 80 cents in that one. Sorry to say. Didn't sell too much. Would it be appreciated for its grey design? Is it grey enough where whiteout collection enjoyers would want to use it? Or would they just commit and stick with the comics SAR, which I can confirm to you is one of the most expensive SARs we currently have in the game. Highest price, third highest, $17. It's okay, fair enough. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Scrapper Tier 3. I'm going to have to search this myself. Scrapper Collection came out a good long time ago, but I can confirm the Tier 3 has done about 8,000 subscribers, but unfortunately, it has sold quite a fair bit more compared to the rest of the set. Now, at some point, maybe in the future, we could see some boots and gloves, and as you can see, the hoodie's doing pretty nice for itself at the moment, but the hoodie only did 4,500 subscribers. Here's the kilt. The kilt right here, $40. I don't think it's actually worth that price. No, I think that's just being silly. But you got bars there pushing up to $6. Will that last forever? Doubt it. But over to here, can confirm this only got 2,300 subscribers. Oh dear. And then this one over here. Got the vest, just under $2. Didn't really change that much, it seems. Same thing as we look over to it. Over to here. There we go. 2,500 subscribers. Okay. So now we go back over to here. We look at the Tier 3. We look at the workshop. Water YC. 8,800 subscribers. Sorry to say, but I don't think it's going to work out. The design does look pretty goofy. Do you happen to like it? Quite a few people have mentioned to me saying, Hedge, it's kind of like Orc armor and Warhammer. I don't know enough about that, but if you can stand up right now, comment about that, you're more than welcome to do so. But I don't know if it's going to work out enough. I know a lot of people mentioning the Warhammer collab as well. But that's expected to be a Hazmat DLC, as it is written on the Warhammer website. We'll see what happens next, but I'm not convinced. I'm a little bit worried there, and I think I want to play it a little bit safer. So with that, I might just offer like 60 cents to 80 cents. We'll see how that goes. However, with the Opulent Roadsign gloves, I've noticed something, and it will apply to a lot of these other like boots here and whatnot. When I first looked at this rush store, I made considerations. We've got some boots and gloves here. Could they match up to the sales of the previous skins? Or, like we've seen with some boots as of recent, could we see them sell a fair bit less compared to the rest of them and be the lowest selling skins out of all the clothing armor set? I can confirm to you, Opulent has ended up being like the second lowest. So just to remind you, Tier 3 came out in 2020, 15,000 subscribers. Tier 2, 8 to 11,000 subscribers. Hoodie and pants, just under 5,000 subscribers. Boots, 5,500. And gloves, 6,500. The boots and the gloves have ended up being the second lowest selling skins out of the whole set. Back over to here once again. Does it look to be fairly in demand? Well, I've got to be honest with you. It's not. Well, Tier 3, that did sell more, so understandable. Are you racing to go over and wear all of like Opulent set and whatnot now, considering you just saw the boots and gloves? Do you want to be a nice, shiny, golden person? Oh my, it's $9. Whoa. But then again, Barter's only got up to $5. But wow, did not know that. I did not know that. What about the kilt? Kilt, I can confirm, is $6. Wow, okay, fair enough. If it remains fairly in demand, those boots and gloves are going to be pretty good. They're going to be looking pretty good. It's a full collection as well. So if I could just remind you about Roadsign gloves in general. That doesn't appear to be working very nicely. I'm going to have to search this way instead. Roadsign gloves. Can I please get it? Oh, it's because you've got to put space in there. Oh no. You're not supposed to put space there. Have to inform them. Right, Roadsign gloves if we can. There you go. All one word, Roadsign. Oh, it's disappeared. Good job, Hedge. Well done. This is going super well. This is what I want to showcase to you. When you have a full collection, the gloves tend to work out very nicely. And if they match up perfectly with the set, even better. But if they end up being one of the lowest selling skins, oh my, does that work out even more better? Abyss collection is like a perfect example. Boots and gloves came out at a later date compared to the rest of the set. They ended up selling quite a fair bit less. Those gloves, for example, sold for $2. They tripled in price. Oh my. But yeah, look at all the green. 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 It's so good. By default, those gloves are looking very nice. Also, real quickly, if I could just quickly remind myself, how many of them are gold? We got that one there. That's slightly down, unfortunately. Any other gold skins? You do have Dragon Rage. But overall, not that many options. So, okay, fair enough. Looking pretty sweet there. So, Opulent collection. You have risen up very nicely with the surprise of the boots and the gloves. Both of them are looking pretty good. I can't say no to that. Could they still slip, though? Could they still go below the Rustore price? I wouldn't be too surprised. But then again, like I said, maybe it only goes down by like -5%. Okay, fair enough. I'll live with that. But it has sold quite a fair bit less compared to other pieces in the set. It's looking to be in a pretty good spot. Both of them looking pretty good. Boots and gloves, I'll most likely do 80 cents to $1.20. Maybe a little bit more. I'm tempted. I am tempted. To be honest with you, you could probably go buy some of these tonight. Let's do the Bardas first. Look at it afterwards. But wouldn't be surprised. That'd be one of the things we talk about. Okay. That's all the abnormal skins. Let's talk about the regular skins. Polymer L96. Skin creator was surprised. He visited us on the stream. And we talked about, hey, would you consider going back to the collection? Because he actually has an AK-47. It wasn't accepted. We're just like, well, you could just resubmit it. But it was like, well, it's a bit pixelated, and to be honest, it was. He's convinced, or rather, he seemed motivated that he's going to go back to it and do an AK soon. I'm not sure if that's going to have a significant impact on the L96, but to be honest with you, with the sales the L96 got, I'm in the position where I'm kind of expecting it to go below its Rustore price. Sorry to say, but it's more specifically the L96. Number one, how often are you using it? Okay. Quite a lot of people are like, well, not really that much. Yeah. If you don't use it that much, where's the justification to own the skins? Redemption's actually worked out quite nicely, and I'm surprised by that. We've got 1 up there, 2 there, 3 there. Like, not all of them are doing super great. The majority of them end up down. That very likely will be going down a fair bit. How low will it go? Don't know. Do you want to play it safe? I don't really want to play it too safe. I think for that, I'll probably do 80 cents to $1.10. I won't mind picking some up. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see the return of the collection. The skin creator... Sorry, I hit my mouse. So I got a little bit distracted there. I am convinced Krov will be making a return. I did tell him, looking at the set as well, Krov, do you reckon you could try and do tier 3, tier 2, boots and gloves, you know? Like a collection for Polymer? Nice desert brown. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. He sounded motivated. Let's see if he wants to commit. Best of luck to Mr. Krov. But with that, 80 cents to $1.10. Wooden double door. Right, so, do we have the most recent batch of... No, that's trade offers. That's not working. Okay, good job, Hedge. Where are we? Let's go to collections. The most recent Rust Workshop skin checks. Over to here. I can confirm to you, we didn't get that many wooden double door submissions compared to the previous week and the week before that. But we still got some very interesting looking designs. So I can confirm to you, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 interesting designs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interesting collection continuations. Not sure which one we're going to see, but I am convinced we will be seeing another wooden double door tomorrow. Chances are maybe 2. Oh no, but I wouldn't say no to that. But let me also showcase to you. Last week, we of course saw the Legacy wooden double door. It's still retaining its value, but we're starting to see other people appear. And they're starting to list 20 and 14 and oh dear. As we go through October, could it get worse? I would not be surprised if it does, especially if we do see another wooden double door. But it did do a very good job retaining its price. Look at the Bardas as well. $2.49, Bardas pushing up to $2 and beyond. Well then, but also remember, has transparency. The military storage, it doesn't have anything. It's just a green double door. Selling for a standard $1.49 price. Let's look at all the other wooden double door skins we have. Pretty much every single one of them is in a positive, except this one over here. That also sold for $1.49. That did 14,000 subscribers back in 2021. Wow. This over here, just about to surpass 13,000. With that, I think I'll just do 80 cents to $1.10. I'm not that confident in it, but I have seen, of course, there is a collection here, and I do believe there's a few more skins in there. I don't know if Mr. Lalacramp is going to make even more for this collection. It's been around for a very long time, 2017. Whoa. But hey, maybe we could see more. Keep an eye out, all right? Just not super convinced it's going to be A-okay, because unfortunately, I am anticipating more wooden double door acceptances after it. And if we suddenly start seeing more and more options, that very likely will lose interest and, yeah, lose value because of it. Redemption Pump Shotgun. It has surpassed 12,000 subscribers. By tomorrow, probably will be, it most likely will be going up to 13,000. We'll see. Pump shotguns. Quite uncommon. Over the past few years, there's been quite a drought. Compared to double barrel shotguns, oh, don't even get me started. We still get quite a fair bit more compared to water pipes. Don't get me started. But anyway, last year we had three fairly cool looking designs: Imperial, Black Gold, Rainbow Pony. $2, $3, $2. Last year, as we went through October time, all three of these were in the negative. Not dramatically down bad, but they were noticeably down in price. As we went through this past summer, all of these went up in price very nicely. That went up to close to about $7. This went up to about $4. This has just kind of stayed the same price. I wouldn't be surprised the exact same behaviour will happen all over again with these two skins here. Cock Pump Shotgun, down by negative 20%. I still stand by the joke that a lot of people will greatly appreciate sitting there and saying, I'm pumping my cock pump shotgun. And I think a lot of people will be very, very happy to say that out loud, standing in front of people's doors out loud. Redemption Pump Shotgun. You have almost, you're very likely going to be reaching up to 13,000 subscribers. This also did just over 10,000 subscribers. Their sales are more than these. But again, still anticipating the exact same behaviour. Bit of a slip as we go through October time. A nice rebound post-Christmas. Might retain its value as we go through spring. Rises up in price ever so nice as we go through next summer. The summer of 2026. Bit of a long-term prospect. But based on what I've seen in the past, looking pretty reliable. And so of that, Redemption Pump Shotgun, $1 to $1.50. If you want to play it a little bit safer, offer a little bit less. But honestly, I think that might be working out quite alright. Redemption collection is quite extensive. A lot of those weapon skins are doing very nicely for itself. Where's my hoodie and pants, Mr. Solenoster? Where's my hoodie and pants? Anyway, that's looking good. We also have Prototype Ice Pick. This is going to be very straightforward. I don't think the design stands out that well enough. I don't think people realise this is connected to the Lumberjack Savage Sword. Unfortunately, if anything were to happen to it, I think it's going to be like the Impact Protocol Savage Ice Pick. End up being like down 60%, down to less than $1. 60 cents to 80 cents. Very sorry, but not super confident. Space Raider Roadsign Gloves and Boots. You know that whole talk we just had with the Opulent Roadsign Gloves and Boots? Well, I can confirm to you Space Raider Boots and Gloves are the lowest selling skin out of the whole clothing armor set. Hoodie and Pants, 26,000 subscribers. Tier 2, 20,000 subscribers. Tier 3, 17,000 subscribers. Boots and Gloves, 7,000. No, both of them are about 8,000 subscribers now. Well, that's significantly less, yes. And I honestly am looking at both of these skins and thinking, you know what? 80 cents to 90 cents. Do you reckon, you the viewer, feel free to comment below, do you reckon this collection will remain fairly in demand? Because if that happens, those boots and gloves are going to work out quite nicely. I don't think the prices we see will be staying forever, but so as long as it stays in the green, so as long as people remember it, appreciate it, will these rocket boots, will those rocket boots be appreciated as time goes on? I'm hoping. I certainly am hoping. I don't know if the skin creator is going to return and make any more. UAD has been gone for a while now, about 2 years. But, Croft returned, said hello and whatnot. Not sure what to expect, but honestly, both of those are looking to be like a dark horse investment. I very likely might be buying about 30 of them each tonight, just because I can. It is risky. Everything's always a risk. And again, chances are they might still go below the rest of the price. But long term, so as long as this fairly stays all right, I think those are going to be pretty good. So we'll see how it goes, right? But yeah, they've sold significantly less. Cool, not going to complain. I like it. Skullkiller boots, exact same thing. Skullkiller collection, one of the only blue collections we have in the game. Over the past few years, done a pretty good job retaining its value and whatnot. Tier 3, about 17, 18,000 subscribers. Hoodie and pants, 21,000 subscribers. Tier 2, 13, 15,000 subscribers. Gloves, 12,000 subscribers. Sold at 99 cents. Now sitting there at $2.50. Skullkiller boots, 5,800 subscribers. Wow. Ooh, okay. I think the best thing to look at, though, is Skullkiller Roadsign gloves before we saw the boots appearing. How comfortable were you in the past? So I can confirm it was kind of just under $2. It was slipping beforehand, though. Boots definitely did help it out. So in the past, it has been better, but over the past year or so, it has been not exactly super in demand. Still, I think the boots would still be in the positive. Again, 99 cents. So, I'll be honest with you, 80 cents, 90 cents again. Yeah. I do not expect that many listings on the Steam market. I do not expect that many listings on third-party sites. Playmaker boots. Again, is the Playmaker collection actually in demand? Do people look at that and say, it's a different type of white, you could use that as white camo, right, Hedge? Not really, no. I don't think that. But some of these skins do very nicely. Those leather gloves, they don't have any green on it or anything. I do believe people would appreciate that as a nice, cheaper white option for some gloves, leather gloves. It's not like we're struggling for white boots. Comics, we also have white out, of course. They're not too expensive. That isn't even fully white, should point that out as well. Thunder Gold. We have plenty of white options. I'm not so convinced with this, but also 4,800 subscribers. No, 4,300 subscribers. Sorry, I need better glasses. Well then, I would not be surprised if we barely see 10 of those in the Steam market. Maybe not initially, but as time goes on. Could that simply work out all right due to the fact of the sheer lack of purchases leading to a sheer lack of listings? Could that just work out simply because of that? Lack of sales would also indicate lack of interest. Not sure what to expect. I can confirm though, Diva Dan, he hasn't really been making Rust skins for a while. He only really ever does Twitch drops at the moment. Also TF2. I'm not sure about that one, to be honest with you. I might just stick with might just do 60 cents to 70 cents. Not so confident, sorry to say. But they have sold next to nothing. You could comment yourself what you believe in regards to that, but I don't know how to approach. I'm a little bit... Right then, so we just went through all those skins. That is a lot of them, I know. Next week, next week, tomorrow's Rust store, I would expect probably back to about 10 to 12. There was some talks, people asking, because it's such a big Rust store with this one, is the next one going to be pretty small? But considering this isn't modern skins, modern submissions, you'd probably expect a bit of a rollover with the next Rust store and actually see a bit of a big Rust store tomorrow as well. We'll see. I certainly don't want to make another 2-hour Rust store showcase. We'll see. Okay. But, of course, back over to here, looking at all the skins, can confirm to you a lovely selection has appeared. Personally, I'd like to see the duck spinning wheel. I think a lot of people would appreciate that. You have a very cool compass design here as well to compete with that. Looking pretty good. We've seen the return of some older collections. Here's Toxic Wolf Fridge. We saw a lot of animal skins as well. Things are getting a bit weird. If I could just quickly close this. Scroll down. Of course, Scrap Xenotype. It is expected that we're going to see the return of the Xenotype collection again tomorrow. Complete the sets was a big surprise. None of us were expecting it. None of us were anticipating it. Big surprise to me. But we do have two Xenotype storages that could be accepted tomorrow. Could we see both of them or just one? Will one of them be kept as an extra? And then at some point, Face Punch will probably tell Mr. Odyssey, hey, can you stop making these now? We think we got enough. And then the final one that's been held back will then be accepted. We'll see how things turn out. But we've got some very nice options there, clothing or scrap, aka the recycler box. So, okay, cool, can't complain, looking pretty sweet. Could we see the return? And could we see other collection continuations? Temple Sheet Metal Door. Could we see Baby Hippo Garage Door? Could we see some of the collection continuations of the wooden double doors? Have you seen the Adobe Sheet Metal Double Door? Transparency, lines up perfectly with the Adobe building skin, glows in the dark. Ooh, looking pretty good. Would you like a hammer? Yes, hammer. I mean, it smells pretty good. Not sure how good it is to repair your base, but you know, make it smell quite nice. We've seen a transparent aim sight sap right here in front of you. Yes, we didn't see the heat seeker sap being accepted. Could we see Hellborn instead? Ooh, we'll see. So yeah, plenty of interesting options. And if I could just scroll down, I personally would like to vouch for the Special Agent hoodie and pants. I want to look nice and dapper in game. Or, you know, just dress up and look like Hitman. We could probably see the return of the UFO collection. A fourth attempt has landed. We have UFO hoodie and pants right there. Could we see some more green clothing and armor? Just to confirm, it's not the best camouflage in the forest, in the plains. In the jungle, though, perfectly fine. So, okay, yeah, cool. Lovely options. Nuclear Fanatic, oh, oops. Tried to click it. Nuclear Fanatic has finally returned. We saw all 4 pieces. Tier 3, hoodie and pants, they're accepted back in 2021 in the same restaurant. Very big surprise there. Boots and gloves have appeared. Could we also potentially see even more? Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, cool stuff. Not going to complain. You can tell me what you'd personally crave to see next. Let's also go to micro522.com. Be aware of all the, the most in-demand skins. Cenotype scraps on top. Not too surprised by that. Exfil boots and gloves. Some potential desert camouflage. Ooh. 2D bot metal face mask. Furnace chamber sheet metal door. Jade cladding metal face mask. Chicken coop small box. Lighthouse light sheet metal door. Funerary friend version 2. Lots of interesting skins have been submitted. But what will be accepted? We shall see. As we end the month, you can see here that the average player count has improved compared to the previous month. Only slightly. But this past summer, it has been pretty good. I was expecting a whole lot more, being truthful. I need to do a final update for the summer of 2025. You know, my little summer videos, the progress and whatnot. Because, again, next week, September, we are expecting the downturn, the drops in price, the kids going back to school, the lower amounts of people playing. Oh. We're not expecting a big fat update for September. If anything, it's looking like it's just going to be the Decor lighting pack. And if I could just quickly navigate over to Mr. Protox, keeping me up to date with everything in regards to all the newest content. As we can see over here, he has a nice video showcasing literally the brand new pack. But he's also got like a nice visual of all the brand new content, which you can see right there. We've got bulb lights, fairy lights, fluorescent lights, chandeliers, mannequins. We have spotlights, looking pretty good. 2 beanbags, fabric and leather. Cabinet that you can put on the wall, and it's a storage. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pay to win. Little lamp light, it's lovely. It's gonna cost you money though. I would personally love it if Face Punch turned these mannequins into like weeping angels for Halloween. They'll move when you don't look at them. Oh mate, that'd be cool. I don't want zombies. I want scary mannequins. Give me scary mannequins, do it. But yeah, you could go to Protox's YouTube and you can see for yourself him showcasing all the brand new content. So yeah, go give Protox a good watch on YouTube. It's right there. I'll link that in the description. Cool. But that is a DLC. You will have to pay. And yeah, that is essentially everything. But that's not until next week, just clarify, because we still have an August, first door. Cool. So just to confirm, my expectations for the skins in the Complete the Sets Rust door. Legacy Kevlar Jacket, 19 to 22,000 subscribers. That seems spot on. Polymer L96 and Camouflage Jacket, 18 to 21,000 subscribers. That seems alright. Bloody Pants, 14 to 16,000 subscribers. Yep. Pump Shotgun, Wooden Double Door, Locker and Stone Pickaxe, 12 to 14,000 subscribers. That seems a bit alright. Oasis Sheet Metal Double Door, 10 to 12,000 subscribers. Look pretty good. So yeah, basically, mostly everything there. It does appear to be matching up as expected. So, okay. Everything's looking fairly routine. Can't complain. And with that, shall now skip ahead, do those abnormal borders, and see how everything turns out. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Quite a lot of things to figure out what I want to focus. But I think I'll be going for Legacy Kevlar Jacket. Not sure which of these two jackets would be more interesting in terms of like overall like sales every day, but I just went with Legacy Kevlar. Right, here we go. Any second now. Any second now. That camouflage has already appeared. No, okay. Back over to here. Yeah, no. What about here? No. What about here? No. What about here? Yeah. Oh my, 500 barders already. Typical. Typical. Oh, great. And then over to here. To death. Over 500 barders already. Typical. Yep. Right. Oasis sheet metal. No. Okay, bloody pants. Still questioning you. Still thinking about you. Wondering what I'm going to do. Let's go about here. Right. Opulent Roadsign gloves. Boots. Boots. Glorious boots. Hedge. Keep track of the prices you suggested as well. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had to remind myself. Got it all written down to the side. You are interesting. You are interesting. Well, let's just get a barter in now, and then we'll think about it a little bit more afterwards. Back over to here. There we go. Opulent Roadside gloves. And the boots. Nope. Okay, I think. Oh, there you go. You know what? Damn it, I fumbled it at that point when I was trying to click the actual buy order. Okay, look. I said between $1 and $1.50. Alrighty, let's go do just that. Alright, then we have the Playmaker SAR. Still not 100% convinced with you. Still questioning everything about you. Yeah, I'm looking at request 20. Scrapper face mask. Yeah, unfortunately, you did say a little bit too much. They're a bit worried. Yep. And that appears to be that. So, let's now skip ahead and look at all the abnormal barter support and question, are any of these skins look to be perfectly fine things to approach? Maybe consider buying. Do they have the support? Do they have all the barders to make them look very appealing? Alright guys, we're back. It's been about an hour, so let's go take a look at the skins and consider, would we actually go ahead and purchase them? Legacy Kevlar Jacket, $2.49. Well, the barders look pretty good. Got a solid 100 quantity barter right there, $2.10. Is he going to stay there forever though? Is he actually going to commit? Actually buy all the Legacy Kevlar jackets he can, or will he like purchase 11, get scared and run away? Got to keep an eye out for that. But I'm here. I'm the $2 barter. Once I saw him doing that, I was like, well, you know what? I could probably do that as well. But again, lowest selling skin out of all the clothing and armor. Not necessarily a bad thing. If you care more about long term, at the very least, post-Christmas, January 2026, that's probably not too bad of an idea to consider purchasing. Probably not too bad of an idea, no. So it's up to you, but you could try your best and try and pick these up for like $2.20. Are these expected to go below the roster price at some point? I wouldn't be surprised. But, again, it might only be down by like negative 10%. Oh no, whereas me, it's down to $2.25. That'd be fine. If that's it at its worst, how good will it be when it's at its best? Which will most likely happen post-Christmas. So, it's up to you. I wouldn't say no. I really am considering approaching quite a lot of these skins today. I really am. So, okay, cool. That's looking all right. Camouflage. Well, this is actually looking better. So this is $2, remember. Legacy Kevlar's $2.49. This is $1.99. It does have a few listings fairly close to $2. But what you tend to see when the roster is rotated, some of the previous week's skins, people jump onto them, quickly buy out a bunch. With the barter support it has here, this also is looking to be a very appealing thing to consider buying. You could probably put down like a $1.80 barter, try and pick them up for 20 cents cheaper, but honestly, you're probably just better off buying them. Like, I expected this to go all the way up to 21,000 subscribers, and it doesn't look like it'll be doing all the way up to 21,000 subscribers by tomorrow. It's on the lower end of my expectation. To be honest with you, not a bad consideration. But again, is it likely going to dip below its rust or price? Everything here, I do expect that to happen eventually. How long for? That's another good question. We are still expecting the naval update. And if it comes out in October, I don't think it's going to be, I don't think the bad times are even going to last that long. Exactly like last year. But next month, kids are going back to school and we don't have anything significant coming out for a big update. Just like the lighting decor pack. So, we'll see. Again, what happens if Face Punch suddenly turns around and accepts another white jacket? Very unlikely, by the way. Very unlikely, but you never know. Anyway, so hopping back over to here. Perfectly fine look and design. You can walk up to people and go, moo. I think people will probably be appreciating this, especially with the snow camo jacket kind of slowly going up in price more and more. That very likely will follow suit. Retain its value? I see it being a likely outcome. Would you want to consider buying it? Personally, I'm questioning it. Nice sneaky little purchase for long term. I could accept that. All the other camouflage skins worked out nicely. Could we still see Roadsign gloves as well? We'll see. So this is the biggest surprise. One thing I didn't reference was a lot of people are looking at this and saying it's the Illuminati sheet metal double door. That's just a joke, or is it? Well, why didn't people say that with all the other Oasis skins? Anyway, sheet metal double doors a whole lot more reliable, and someone's gone down and someone's just put down a 100 quantity barter at $2. What's this selling for in the roster again? $2. What? I don't know what this guy's doing. But if he's going to stick with that, honestly, this is looking to be a perfectly fine thing to consider buying. How much did it sell again? Micro shush. How much did it sell again? Well, we scroll down, just over 11,000 subscribers. Shut up, Micro. It's not that much. It's in the lower end in terms of overall sales. Not a bad consideration. If this guy commits, if he stays, I don't think that'll be going below $2 anytime soon. Quite literally. All right, cool. That's got me wanting to do it now. I want to go buy some. All right. Here's a little bit of reassurance. I've seen collections of skins not sell very well, but then a sheet metal double door comes out, and that ends up being the only skin that's in the positive. Twisted is a notable example. We got the Twisted Metal sheet metal double door earlier this year. Look at its collection now. Down 35, down 52, down 55, up 39. I think that will be what happens with the Oasis collection. And I am considering buying some now. I am. Long term, still expect good things. Okay, cool. Right, well, we'll move on from there then. Oh, go away. So, next up here we have the Bloody Pants. Milho Frito is busy with my Twitch drop submission. Keep an eye on the workshop. You'll probably see the submission go public soon. But in regards to the Bloody collection, or the Camouflage collection, he definitely has a position where he can make continuations. Is it going to happen? Is he going to stop being a little bit concerned about what Face Punch thinks and just do it? Would it be accepted, though, if he put them out? Tier 3, Tier 2, Camouflage Roadsign gloves. We'll see, we'll see. But this has sold quite a lot. Especially when you compare it to the hoodie and pants. Hoodie and boots, sorry. But has the hoodie always been available in a loot box? I'm pretty sure it has. I'm pretty sure it has. So, maybe there might be a few more of them out there. Look. At the very least, it's a nice option. A considerably fine option for some green or brown or jungle camouflage. I think it'll be okay. Will it slip below its rust price? With the barters we see right here, wouldn't surprise me. I just don't think it's going to go down super bad. Bloody Hoodie, before we even saw the collection continuation, has definitely had some ups and downs. This, though, just have to keep an eye on it. I still think you're better off with a barter. I think you're still better off with like a $1 barter. You should still be able to pick some up. Maybe $1.20 if you to be a little bit more stronger. Opulent boots and roadside gloves. I mean, both of them. Both of them have sold quite a fair bit less compared to the other clothing armor pieces. Obviously, the hoodie and pants still have sold less. Roadside gloves are looking to be a whole lot more appealing. And reliable. We've talked about how roadside gloves tend to be very reliable. The whole collection's there. We have a whole collection now. Oh, yes, we do. I did just ask Duck, would you consider doing an opulent jacket? No one's done a golden jacket in Rust. We don't have a golden jacket. Why not? Sure. I mean, it's up to him. He's got plenty of other collections and new ideas that he's always working on, which I can confirm to you right here. What did he submit recently? Well, we see over to here, Substation Tile Sheet Matador, a return to Brutalist, and he recently made his Neon Veggies, Neon Fridge collection, and the Fuselage Sheet Matador. So he's always making new ideas. He's quite successful. But would he consider a nice golden jacket? Oh, that'd be nice. Anyway, $1.49. Buy orders are a bit sporadic, but you do have a decent amount above $1. You could probably just put down a $1.30 buy order, try and get them for 20 cents cheaper. Looks like it could work. Boots, same thing, but roadside gloves appear to be a whole lot more reliable. These can still work out nicely, but again, $1.20 barter, pick them up for 30 cents cheaper. You could probably pull that off. Greening area locker, the collection is in the green. It's in the positive. It didn't sell too ridiculously, but I am anticipating more lockers. They are being accepted a whole lot more, so skin creators most likely feel a lot more inclined to give it a shot. Make more lockers because they're more likely to be accepted. The barters basically end at $1.50. You're better off just doing like a $1.80 barter and picking these up for 70 cents cheaper. It'd be nice to see it work out, but is the skin creator actually going to return and make more greening area skins? Decap, what did you make recently? He made a wooden double door. It's been a while since he's done greening area. But it also wasn't that long ago. So, we'll see, alright? He's just not very active at the moment, is all. It's okay, fair enough. Cool. Volcanic stone pickaxe. It's got a $1.15 barter right there. Oh, okay. Not too bad. Stone pickaxes, they don't really suffer that much. We also don't see too many of them as well. You know what? We didn't even really showcase that. So if I could look up all the stone pickaxes, as you will see, we have 38. And a lot of them are doing pretty good. The majority. So, yeah, the other one, the stone hatchet, that came out years ago, sold significantly less, and spiked in demand ever so nicely. But this still could just be okay. And with those barters, honestly, it's not looking too bad. But again, you could just offer a $1.20 barter. You most likely will pick up a few here and there as time goes on. I am expecting quite a lot more listings over the course of the next couple of weeks. I'll keep track of that. I want to keep an eye on, see how that turns out. Playmaker SAR, I'm just not super convinced. It's a $2.49 skin, and the barters end at $1. You could put down $1.25, a nice $1.25 barter. You'll most likely pick up a bunch of these, but will it actually work out? Is the collection actually in demand? Only 10,000 subscribers at the moment. We'll keep an eye on it, alright? But I'm not convinced. You're probably better off with a buy order and scrap a tier 3. We pointed out that the tier 3 sold a fair bit more compared to the rest of the clothing armor set. The barders end basically at 60 cents. You could just put down like a 70 or 80 cent barter. Let's see if you pick some up. Because it's still only sold like 8,000 subscribers. Are we even going to see that much on the Steam market? We'll have to wait and see. So overall, honestly, there's definitely some interesting things. Both the jacket, the sheet with the double door has made itself a whole lot more interesting. The boots, the gloves here, I mean, I might have to go for a few risky purchases. Long term, though, I see positivity in the long term. I wonder what rust store we have tomorrow. Is it going to be a big one or a small one? What skins would you like to see being accepted tomorrow? Feel free to comment below. And that is essentially it. So one extra thing I wanted to point out. If we could go to Mr. Protox. I showed this off earlier, but I didn't talk about it. Naval update. Still waiting for it. But it looks like they've expanded further with the scope. So we know we talked about deep sea last week. Apparently going to go super deep in the water. But Apparently, you're going to need to like teleport to there, or rather go into a different instance. What does that mean? Perhaps to save, or rather keep each server stable, instead of expanding the whole server to be even bigger, they might have you go in a separate section just for the deep sea section. Which, okay, that's not too bad, but how big is this update going to be? And how intriguing will it be for all the people out there when it actually rolls out? Next week, September Force Swipe isn't expected to be a big one, but is it coming out October or November? Either one, the end of this year is looking very interesting. The end of this year is looking to be very, very appealing. Oh, yes. So if I could remind you, last year, we had a big update. Lots of people turned up, and they stuck around, and they stuck around, and then we had a record-breaking amount of people playing in January 2025. Could that happen all over again? If we stay a little bit optimistic, we can hope so. Summer wasn't too bad. I do need to go ahead and make another summer update video. So that'll be a plan, maybe this Friday, Saturday. Oh, great, wonderful. So, cool. Fingers crossed we see a cool looking rust door. Will it be an early rust door tomorrow? I mean, the past couple rust doors, it's been a bit late, hasn't it? So, we'll see. Teleport's L. My frames are an L since the last update. Yeah, I can't load up Rust without having issues. You could comment below in regards to that. So, alright, cool. Let's see how things turn out. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. And let's see if we get some pretty cool looking skins tomorrow. Could we finally see Tier 3? No. Well, I'm not saying no, but it'll be cool. But yeah, we'll probably see something else. Could we see All or Nothing AK-47? Could we finally see UFO hoodie and pants? What about the very cool Special Ancient one? Alright, cool. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.